Welcome into today's show. We look back on how we started the week with snow and check out the rest of this week's weather.
Then we feel love and see how our area celebrated Valentine's Day this week.
If somebody were to order cookies, and then if somebody were to order flowers, and especially around like Valentine's Day, it's important to work together so you can make your customers happy.
And a unique Lubbock High class celebrated Lunar New Year in a tasty, tasty way.
So we're making dumpling for the Lunar New Year event for the Chinese program at our school.
You'll notice that today we are cooking without gloves because we don't really wear gloves and we really don't use measuring whenever it comes to like cooking traditional food. It's by how you feel.
Then we continue CTE month for the third week in a row and watch more of our content over its classes.
As long as they have the basic troubleshooting skills and knowledge that they need to go out and be productive in whatever job they go into, that's what I'm really looking at.
This and a whole lot more soon to come on the 21st edition of Lubbock ISD Today. Hello, and welcome to the 21st episode of Lubbock ISD Today. I'm Sarah Rose, and I'm joined by James Pennington.
We have a lot to share with you on this episode, so we're glad that you're here.
That's right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Just yesterday, the Floral Design Program delivered their Valentine's Day flowers. Every year, Miss Cassie Sanders and her program do this as a fundraiser, and it's a great way for them to raise money. But even better, to put smiles on everyone's faces on Valentine's Day. We love our floral program.
And sticking with our floral program, we recently had a collaboration event with our advanced culinary class here at the HEC. According to the students there, they baked over 700 cookies and decorated them over the course of just 2 days. It was all just about working together as a team to meet a tight deadline.
I think it's just because they're both in the same industry, working with customers, like if somebody were to order cookies, and then if somebody were to order flowers, and especially around like Valentine's Day, it's important to work together so you can make your customers happy.
It's real interesting seeing how they handle things compared to how we handle things, and I like it.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about doing this?
Just working as a team, honestly. Being able to be around all my classmates and talk while we
New
work.
Year was this week, a great cultural celebration for many people in our Lubbock community. At Lubbock High School, Mandarin Club students celebrated the holiday in a very unique way.
It's very fun. I am one of the senior officers of the Mandarin Club, and so this is like an add-on from last year. So last year we did the Lunar New Year banquet, and so it was very fun to share with the community the traditions. And this year it's just gotten bigger where now we're with the class and we're making dumplings.
You know, Lunar New Year is about everybody coming together, spending time together. So you're seeing that today.
The idea of making food together is kind of like quality time. Like you get to spend time with your family, and also dumpling is just like a good food. And then it's kind of like a traditional Chinese cuisine. So it's just fun to make it, and it's fun to make it, and it's
Someone food like that might have been amazing earlier this week for sure. That's right, because as we all know, this weekend we are greeted with an impressive amount of snow. We were with a very random 3 inches of it, causing a delayed start this past Monday. We hope everyone stayed safe and warm that day.
And back to the news from our district. We recently received a $10,000 donation for our STEAM programs from our great friends at TXU Energy. As you see there, the check presentation happened at Coronado and across the country. The STEAM programs have grown in popularity with students, especially here in Lubbock ISD. STEAM classes are challenging and engaging. So with this donation, they're helping prepare our students for their futures in the fields of science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things we've really tried to show people in Lubbock over the last several months is that TXU is really committed to strengthening the communities where we do business. And we've tried to show that it's not just something we say, it's something we do. So when it comes to our community giving program, we have a few different buckets that we draw from that kind of guide us on these decisions, but one of them is education, especially STEM funding. So in Lubbock ISD and the Foundation for Excellence, we found a natural partner.
What an honorable donation.
Indeed, but we need to take a break from ourselves and toss it over to social media today.
This might be my new favorite segment, so let's get to it. Diego?
And welcome into Social Media Today, where we tell you what our campus is posted on the internet. So let's get it going. Aren't you glad you are a teacher? As Stewart, Miss Robertson got a crew together and their community. Thank you to their PTA for being kind and loving on their awesome staff. Let the good times roll. Miss Brandsetter's class at Smith Elementary brought the spirit of Mardi Gras to life with the festive parade featuring their unique handmade floats. I'd say that's learning and celebrating in style. At Urban, the students are patiently waiting for their plants to grow as the fourth graders build closed terrariums. Fingers crossed, and I hope those plants take off. Over at Whiteside, the Warriors want to give a big thank you to St. Clair and Massey's Orthodontics group for coming and engaging their second grade students in lessons about dental hygiene habits that can last a lifetime. And finally, congrats to our Lubbock ISD Spelling Bee champion Sierra Valero from Honey and runner-up Deep Sharesta from Hardwick. As the top bee, Sierra will advance to the regional spelling bee this spring. Congrats to all that participated. As I toss it back to y'all and proceed with the show, I do have one word for y'all to try and spell: presidents. Let's hear you give it a go.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Presidence. Precedence.
That had to be one of those words, right?
I bet it was. Thanks so much, Diego. And now, James, it's time. We turn to our month-long celebration.
For the last 3 weeks, we have been sharing career and technical education stories, and today is no different.
That's right, and up first is my hype video on the Lubbock High Cosmetology program. James, I even let them cut my own hair, and I think it looks pretty good.
It is.
CTE month has been going on for a while now.
It has, and I'm not against celebrating it.
I definitely feel you on that, but we'll have to take a pause for it just for a moment. And so, still to come on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we head on over to gameplay and talk some playoff basketball.
But first, we have 2 more CTE month stories to share.
So stick with us. We'll be right back before you know it.
LISD TV will return after this short break.
When I grow up, I want to be a zookeeper so I can take care of animals.
I want to be a heart surgeon. I love how the heart operates.
A lot harder than it looks, isn't it?
I would like to be a doctor because I can help people.
I would like to be a marine biologist when I grow up.
I want to be a lawyer.
I'm going to get an education.
I'm going to get an education, going to medical school.
And I'll get my degree.
Lincoln wears his headphones a lot, and I kind of wonder what kind of music he's listening to.
You're right. I wonder what he's listening to.
Heavy metal?
Rock?
Check it out, check it out. It's time to rock. It's time to rock.
Oh, what if he likes indie music?
Or country?
I'm just a country boy from Tennessee.
Rap?
Maybe we should just go ask him ourselves.
I don't see why not. Hey Lincoln, what are you listening to?
Barbie Girl.
I'm a boss. This is my glory. I'ma do it right. All day long. Uno, dos, tres.
Welcome in to the 21st episode of Lubbock ISD Today. At the desk, we have Sarah Rose and James Pennington. Weather with Alana Patrick. Sports with Jaden Lopez. Tuned in with Elena Lucero. And Social Media Today with Diego Molinar. Now, back to the desk as we continue the 21st episode of Lubbock ISD Today.
Welcome back. Glad to see you're still here.
And just in time for us to show you more of what we have in store today.
We pick up right where we left off with a few more CTE month videos.
Up first, Lincoln Oglesby shares a story of a program that will be keeping us healthy for a long time.
Okay, so I teach medical terminology, pharmacology, and pharmacy technician, and currently the class that is here is my pharmacy technician class. It's made up of seniors. It's a senior practicum class. It's a block class. The prereq to take this course is health science theory and pharmacology. I guess one of the joys that I really enjoy about teaching is that when you see the student conceptualize the concepts that you're teaching and they get that aha moment, like they get it. And then they start to make all these connections and like they have this almost like a network of the information that we have connected by certain ideas, and it's just really nice to see that. So another wonderful thing about the pharmacy technician program is that Lubbock Independent School District covers most, if not, I would say about 85% of all the fees so that our seniors can get certified through the Texas Board of Pharmacy, which is really beneficial. Once you get this career, it's a very nice job to have while you're working and going to college. Working in the hospitals and at United, they will give you what they call a PRN schedule, which just means you work as needed.
So cool that our students can become certified pharmacy techs because of our career and technical education classes.
And really, Sarah, it seems like the learning possibilities are endless.
They kind of are, and that's because our district believes in getting our students job ready.
And that's the perfect transition to our final story.
That's right. Jaden Gonzalez went on a mission to learn about our award-winning computer maintenance program.
What is your class, and basically, like, what do they learn from here?
So I teach computer maintenance. Computer maintenance is where they learn basically how to, the parts of the computer, what's in the innards, how computers work, software, and how to troubleshoot all those things to help others. The skills that they learn in here are valuable to any field that you want to go into, including audio-video production or anything, because everything uses IT. No matter what you do, you're going to have to be able to troubleshoot your own devices to make sure that you're able to continue to work and do your own thing. So as long as they have the basic troubleshooting skills and knowledge that they need to go out and be productive in whatever job they go into, that's what I'm really looking at. So it's just the job skills. You know, there's some things that work in every job. I mean, be a good person, you know, commit to something and follow through. I mean, those are other things that we learn in here, that as long as they finish and they walk out of my classroom with those basic things and become productive humans, then we'll be good.
I hope that everyone has enjoyed our third round of CTE month stories.
We have an exciting show in store next week, as we'll have a CTE month special as we showcase every story that we did over the course of this month.
And I can't wait to see that.
Me neither. But until then, let's toss it back to Diego as he takes a look at our district social media posts. Diego?
Welcome back into Social Media Today, as we are here with round 2 of the great things our school district has posted on social media. And so with that, let's get into it. At Roscoe Wilson, the Rangers had King Charles come and see their kindergartners and take them on a trip to Europe. They learned all about the life in England and diverse experiences. At Stewart Elementary, they had their second graders work hard on some math with cookies. Sign me up to learn with some cookies. On Tuesday, the Evans Eagles wore orange for Abby and leukemia awareness. On Wednesday, they wore pink for breast cancer awareness. That's awesome. And a big thanks to Bahama Bucks for a wonderful Valentine's treat for the faculty and staff at Miller Elementary. And the photo of the day from the ATC was from Mr. Henry's EMT class getting a tour of AeroCare's helicopter and what it's like sitting in an air ambulance. And that's your look at social media today. Don't worry guys, I won't ask you to spell anything on this edition. I'll just send it back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Diego. I'm glad you didn't ask again because James and I were talking during the break and we don't know if we're cut out for a spelling bee.
Probably not. Well, I hear Alana has a lot to cover this weekend. Tuned in.
I heard the same. Take it away, Elena.
Thanks, y'all. And hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome into the students' favorite part of the show as we showcase all the fun things happening around the globe. So let's get tuned in. Ahead of the upcoming Summer Olympics in Paris, the famous French city had put their stamp on the games, literally, by weaving part of its most iconic landmark right into the competition's medals. Each medal features a real piece of the Eiffel Tower's original iron structure. Following renovation work in the 20th century, certain metallic elements were removed from the famous French landmark and have been carefully preserved ever since. The fusing of the metals into the medals will allow the heart of Paris to reside near the hearts of the Summer Games' fiercest competitors. Well, the spirit of competition was alive on a Kentucky interstate when it was off to the races for a horse that escaped from an area racetrack and led state police on a bizarre but brief chase down the highway. Authorities had to temporarily shut down the interstate while they worked to safely capture the frightened horse, which they did, and safely loaded it back onto a trailer. But enough about French foraging and highway horse racing. Now let's head over to sports and get a recap of the big game. I'm talking about the annual Animal Planet Puppy Bowl, of course. A goofy gridiron tradition starring a fleet of furry footballers defending champs. Team Fluff took on Team Ruff. And while Team Fluff took an early 2-touchdown lead, Team Ruff recovered in the fourth quarter to win 72-69, taking home the illustrious Lombardi Trophy. Fans understandably went nuts after the victory. No, wait, that was from the other big game. Speaking of that game, CBS said Monday the showdown in Las Vegas between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers averaged 123.4 million viewers. That's TV's biggest audience since the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. And a big reason for the boom of viewers could be because of its Taylor Swift's NFL era, and her Swifties are here for it.
Taylor's a great role model of someone who is great at her profession, and I'm glad that she loves football as much as everybody else now, and we brought a new fan base to the Chiefs Kingdom.
And that's your look at Tuned In. I am not a Swiftie, but her fans have been all in on the Chiefs. And like Mahomes said, anything to grow the game.
It's crazy to see how much Taylor Swift has impacted this year's NFL season.
That's for sure. Sunday was quite this day, from the Super Bowl to the weather.
Right. We started the week off with snow, but the temperatures have already swung back up.
What do we have coming up for the forecast, Alana?
Well, Sarah and James, the groundhog predicted an early spring, and it seems like spring has finally sprung upon us. Today is partly cloudy with the high of 55 degrees, and after a snow we experienced last week, I couldn't be more excited. Although it's not super hot, we are looking at a low of about 26, but it's definitely warming up. But before you say goodbye to all of your winter clothes, a jacket will be helpful, as Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of just 45 degrees. The sun sets around 6:30 and temps go down to the 20s. I'm starting to doubt Mr. Groundhog. The sky starts to clear up and the sun starts to shine as we make our way over to Sunday. With temps up to 60 degrees, you can bring out your favorite short sleeves and start to plan your spring break trip. I like to say my favorite season is winter, but I think we can all agree we are ready for warmer winter. And that's exactly what we're about to get. As we get into the week, we start to see some 7s and a few 8s. Now with warm weather comes allergies, so make sure you drink your water and keep your tissues nearby. Last week was jackets in the morning and short sleeves in the afternoon. Now it's short sleeves all around. Midweek, the clouds come back, especially on Thursday. But it wouldn't be Lubbock without clouds, right, Sarah and James?
That is definitely for sure, but I know that I'm sad to see the snow go.
Me too, but it will be great to have some warmer temperatures.
Of course. And still to come on today's episode of Lubbock ISD Today, we time out with Mr. Ward as he talks about the true start of competition season and our team. It's crazy that that's already here.
But first, we head on over to gameplay. Some sports are ending and some are only beginning. We will be back after this quick break.
This CTE month, we are focusing on our future generation. So we asked the home of the Broncos what they want to be when they grow up.
What do you want to be when you grow up? A teacher. A teacher. A teacher. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a Spanish teacher. To teach kids how to read. So I can teach the kids and go to college and graduate. I just think I would be a great teacher. A doctor. A doctor. People deserve to have medical health.
A vet. I love animals and I like to help them sometimes. I want to be a reporter. I like writing a lot of essays, and so I feel like if I put my work into my essays, I can put that on paper and report it to everybody.
Every week here at this station we have special days, like Friday is show day. But Tuesdays have taken on its own special meaning.
All right, everyone, get a tie? It's Tie Tuesday.
Mr. Ward is all about teaching life skills, but for some students it gets them all tied up in knots. While for others, it's gotten a little excessive.
I started a tie collection, but things got a little excessive.
Hey, that is terrific.
These puns are terrible, but at least we're ready for our future interviews.
Hello, and welcome into Gameplay. I'm Jaden Lopez, a senior from Estacado High School. In sports, they say, this is what you have all worked all season on. To get into the playoffs, and for our teams, they're all in on staying alive in the postseason. Of course, the ladies go first. The Monterey Plainsmen, as of today, are thriving in the playoffs as they rolled past Caprock 72-17 to advance to the area round where they will play El Paso High at 6 p.m. in Fort Stockton. And then, the Estacado Lady Matadors beat Brownwood 55-52 in the bi-district round and will face Decatur in the area round. Best of luck, ladies! And on the boys' side, the Monterey Plainsmen ended the season with a share of the district title with the Pirates from Woodrow. Their playoff information has not been released, but they are playing a great brand of basketball at the right time. In the 4A ranks, the highly ranked Estacado Matadors are set for another postseason run, as they will open playoff play against Stephenville on Monday next week. And to dive into our swim and dive teams, last week was the regional championship for our Lubbock ISD swimmers. Lubbock High School sweeped again, beating their rival El Paso High. Lubbock ISD will be sending 27 automatic state qualifiers to the state championship next week. A huge congratulations to them. And on the diamond, both our baseball and softball teams have started up this season, and for our softball teams, they are set for a big tournament, as they are set for the Germ Blast Lubbock ISD First Pitch Classic. We will have 33 teams and 95 games in this 3-day tournament. For more information on this big event, Scan the QR code now on the screen. And we want to give a major shout out to our wrestlers. We have multiple athletes going to state and want to wish them the best.
That's pretty incredible.
It's always great to showcase all the different sports within our district. Thanks so much, Jaden.
Of course.
And still to come on the 21st edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we end the show with Mr. Ward as we take a time out to talk about what's coming up. But first, we hope you enjoy more of our Lubbock ISD Today commercials. We've been having a lot of fun with our mockumentaries.
This year we challenged our audio engineers to not be audio muters, but rather audio mixers. But we didn't know how much it was going to change the job.
Puppets are in. Oh, let me take off my knife.
Yeah. Watch out, we might have the next generation of audio engineers.
I want to be a chef because I've seen so many cooking shows and that kind of encouraged me. I want to be a police officer.
I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
Whenever I want to grow up, I want to be a teacher.
In the 5th and 6th period second year class, we all have nicknames. Except Sierra. And believe me, we've really tried.
How about Cece's?
Nope.
Or just sleepy.
How about Siesta?
That's rude. What? Sometimes it makes things a little bit awkward.
Boys and Angels?
Captain.
Abraham?
Captain.
LeBron?
Captain.
Flash?
Captain.
Trina?
Captain.
J-Dub?
Captain.
2 words?
Captain.
Sierra?
You know, hopefully someday we'll find the right nickname.
Daydreamer.
No.
Welcome back to the final part of episode 21 of Lubbock ISD Today. It's already been a jam-packed week, and there's more to come.
That's right. This week we can feel the energy at the ATC, especially here at the ATC station.
Mr. Ward, care to tell us what the energy is all about?
I don't know if you could feel it, but there's a lot of excitement energy coming from me and from 32 Lubbock ISD TV students and so many more here at the ATC, and that's because competition season is finally here. You see, for the first time all year, we had to do our show on a Thursday because we have our Skills USA contest tomorrow and Saturday. Currently, you're looking at video from last year, and similar to last year, we have students competing in 4 different contests. Now, if you don't know, Skills USA is an organization that helps grow and develop our next generation of workers. And the theme this year is no limits. There are no limits to what we can do and no limits on the impact this organization can make on our students, rather, your students. I'm ready. I know our team is ready and fully prepared to represent Lubbock ISD in all the right ways at this competition this week. Now that's me. I'm going to send it back to our team at the desk.
I, for one, can't wait to compete with our amazing Lubbock ISD team.
We're wishing all of our students the best of luck.
Well, I know my competition might end up being outside. What's the weather looking like, Alana?
Well, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast one more time. This weekend will be cool, but as you can see, we'll have a warming trend on the way. We reach 80 degrees 2 days in a row, but before we dip into temps again, we all know the saying, what goes up must come down. And we are seeing that exact same in this week's forecast.
Well, it seems like spring has arrived.
It has, but so has the end of this episode.
Thank you so much for tuning in this week.
We have even more content on our social media and website, and we'll be sure to see you next week.
Technical Director, Sierra Davila. Audio Engineer, myself, Aubrey Noble. ProPresenter Operator, Lincoln Oglesby. At the desk, we have Sarah Rose and James Pennington. Weather with Alana Patrick. sports with Jaden Lopez. Tuned in with Elena Lucero. And social media today with Diego Molinar.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.